time this year?
I didn't see the shaking of hands, but for me, it's tough still to define exactly which route are we going to take. I'm being very honest, especially with Booms not being in that starting 11 and then Hardik missing out the first game. So I have few ideas around my head, and I've had chats with HP on that and the core group as well. Had a really good chat with Ro, what kind of, how we want to approach. Once I get to Chennai, I'll have a good look at the wicket and then see what our best combination will be with the 3 overseas, 4 overseas, how I want to set up. But that's the beauty about IPL. Every game, every team throws us different challenges, and us having a really experienced team with different skill set of individuals helps us to maneuver those challenges pretty well. So I'm pretty sure we'll sooner rather than later we'll settle into a consistent combination. But given the injuries that we have, and obviously a few guys missing out the first game, so we just need to figure out how we're going to set up.
I have to choose between Ryan and Will Jacks as an opening partner. In Jacks, you'll get 2 options, 2 bowling options, and in Ryan, you'll get a keeping option. So Rohit के साथ कौन opening करेगा?
I think that we'll leave it for the game to come. I don't think I like to say who's playing or not playing, but at the same point of time, whatever the team requires it. Our team requires 2 options, we'll go for 2 options. If our team requires batting, that call we'll take it when the time comes.
Yeah. My question is to Mahela. Mahela, the last year India went to South Africa under Surya, I think, and this year also in England.
And after last year's disappointing show by MI, you sort of look to correct things there, and you have a plan in mind how to go about it?
Just play good cricket, have a lots of smile around. How do we turn around? I think that the answer is by playing good cricket, being with each other at the same point of time, doing our processes right. Having those plans with coaches and all the support stuff which creates. Go and execute that at your best ability, and at the same point of time, just enjoy. I think with this group, the kind of talent and the kind of ability is there. I think it's important that we enjoy and look forward for all the games which are coming forward. So I don't think there is a rocket science to turn around things, but definitely there will be some basic things which if we can tick box, I think this team will look very, very good.
I have a question.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think we definitely chat assistant coaches, all those guys. I think every great game is a challenge, and sometimes we exchange notes on venues that they've played before, and if we are going to be playing that opposition of how that wicket played, if they had played, say for example, somewhere say Dharamshala or Kings, and that's our next game, then we would get some input from them. Sometimes you don't see us maybe on the ground because there are other duties as well, but we definitely chat in the hotels, meet for breakfast, have coffees. We have a lot of ex-players, compatriots, obviously, who I played against, mutual respect, and the way the boys mingle, we have those conversations, and it's quite enjoyable. It's very intellectual, cricketing conversations where the game is going, and everyone's enjoying this challenge, and it's been fun.
And hit him over the cover, but that's the youth. At once upon a time, I used to be a young lad when I was 21. Nowadays, people who are 21, 22, 23, which are the names which we mentioned, they are even more fearless, more exciting talents to watch out for, and just go and play. And I think that is the reason they do. We don't tell them to step out, not step out. Just give them the freedom. They pick their best options.
Will you encourage that happening in your team now?
Absolutely. Go and punch them. No problem.
Abhishek sir was taking out the Archer. Do you think something different happening with the Indian boys, the team actually? The way they play, Tilak Varma.
Well, I think I'm sure there was an approach, but I wasn't in the dressing room to know exactly what the planning was. But like I said, when you have skill sets and players playing a certain brand, and given the opposition how they want to take control, bilateral series, it's one way of setting setting a standard up front and say this is the way I want to play that bilateral series and put the opposition under pressure. And I was watching that and it looked.
First match is a quite difficult match, and you have a now different team combination also for the opening match. So how do you see the first match and your team combination and challenge before you, because it's clash of titans? So it's a question for you.
Should I answer that or you?
Yeah, you can.
Alright. I'm sure it's a challenge for Chennai as well because they've got a new team apart from us. So I'm sure I've always enjoyed the battle. Flem is a good friend and I'm looking forward to that. I mean, there's no other place to go and play in Chennai. It's a great atmosphere. There's a little bit more adrenaline for the boys as well. Like I said, we have a big challenge in try and correct something in history where we haven't won a first match in a tournament for a number of years. So looking forward to that.
हार्दिक 2025 का सीजन है, उसको मुंबई के जो लोग हैं
एज अ कैप्टन आपका इससे पहले 2 फाइनल्स खेले हैं, आप एक ट्रॉफी भी जीती है, लेकिन किसी और फ्रेंचाइजी के लिए कैप्टनसी करना, कप्तानी करना और मुंबई इंडियंस के लिए कप्तानी करना, ये कितना चैलेंजिंग है?
Challenging मतलब sir, it has legacy, sir. काफी साल से it's been a team where certain expectations are always kept. So to fulfill that is always challenging. But for me, this is also part of the journey for me to learn and become even better as a captain, to be in this franchise and even get even more smarter, more calculative. And at the same point of time, maybe pressure लेने की ability भी बढ़ाती है. So exciting, as I mentioned, it's gonna be a new learning. I have wonderful brains in the cricket, which I can take a lot of things from them and apply it on the field and keep trying to keep getting better. And I think that's the goal for me in 2025, to even become better captain than what I have been, and get as much knowledge and as much as awareness possible, and I think that would be the goal.
Okay, final question, Krishnan sir, and we close.
Have him to enjoy his cricket. We definitely do enjoy him batting out there for us.
You can answer the same.
This is the first. See, Sky, we are not worried about. If that's the question, he has scored a lot of runs for so many years, and I am not really worried of, or nor be concerned about his form or anything has ever even come, because I heard for the first time he's not. Otherwise, for me, he's batting brilliantly. He's been a match winner for India, for Mumbai Indians, and brings a lot of energy in the group. So, I'm not even concerned about it once.
And the impact player?
The impact player, see, now that is going, as MJ mentioned, going forward, we need to see what is best for the Indian cricket, and at the same point of time, how we can always bring youngsters which can do two departments. In the current scenario, as MJ mentioned, it becomes a little difficult for, if you are not completely a 50-50 all-rounder, to find your place in it becomes even difficult. But I think going forward that can change or will change. I think we'll have to see. But yes, definitely, if you want to encourage more all-rounders, they will need to have their fixed spot in the team for them to develop over the years.